The number one thing I hear most from people who want to learn how to trade and compound their money is that they're afraid to lose all of their money and they're afraid of risk, which is a completely valid fear. So back before we had the internet, the only way to actually trade and compound your money was in the stock market. And you actually had to call up a broker and tell them what positions you wanted to get in, how much money you wanted to risk, and when you wanted to get out. So it makes sense why people are so fearful of this, because they have aunts, uncles, parents, grandparents who once traded in the stock market and literally lost everything. But now that we have the internet, we have full control over our trades, how much money we risk, and we utilize things called a stop loss. By the way, stop losses were not a thing back when you used to have to call your broker account and tell them when to get you out of a trade. So I'm gonna flip my screen around and show you things like risk management, how we utilize stop losses, and how I personally compound my money and grow my broker account consistently with risk management. Okay, so just look at this for example. Number one, we take risk away by trading in the direction the market's already moving in. If the market's moving up, I'm trading in an uptrend, I'm looking for a buy opportunity. But for every trade that I take, I only am risking 1% of the total capital that's in my account. We also utilize something called the quantum leap method. This is where I teach women how to start with a $100 account and grow it consistently over time to where they're growing it to 3 grand, 6 grand, 10 grand, 13 grand. So let's say, for example, I'm in that trade opportunity that I showed you and it ends up not working out. The only amount of money I will ever lose is that 1% that I was willing to risk when I put the trade on. And then we have this thing here called a stop loss. So if the market decides not to continue to move in an uptrend and turns around and hits this area here, my trade will automatically be closed out with how much I was willing to risk, whether I have my computer open or not. And so when that trade opportunity closes out automatically for me, it protects the rest of my capital. So I'm only able to lose how much I was willing to risk in the beginning. And if I only ever risk 1% of my account, you do the math. Let's say you started your account with $100 and you were willing to risk 1% of that $100. How much money are you risking? You're only risking $1. So hopefully that helps you feel a little more at ease as far as how risky trading is. It's only as risky as you decide to make it.